Hey guys, today's video is going to be a voiceover. I tried to read tarot today quite a few times and I just really wasn't feeling it. It happens, I don't know why, but so I thought today instead I would show you a watercolor painting that I attempted. Now, don't get too excited because I'm not an artist and it's not it's not it's good for me, but for someone else who's been painting for years, they're probably like, very, very simplistic, very nice. And so that is what today's video is going to be about. So as you can tell by the first 10 seconds of this video, I tried to sketch out a woman that I was going to try and paint, but I am not good at uh, painting people or drawing people, and so I was like, let me stick with what I know. And so I started to do a tree. I always found that nature was easier to draw. I did take a painting class last year, back when I think it was Hurricane Matthew was, around. So around that time period, fall quarter, I took a painting class and it was called Painting Basics for Non-Majors. It was an elective, which was perfect because I've always liked painting, but I never really had a class that allowed me to paint. And there wasn't any pressure really regarding grades. As long as you made an effort and you showed up and, you followed the general rubric, you actually tend to do pretty well. I got really lucky at the time because my roommate, she was an illustration major, and so she had this whole case of oil paint, and she let me borrow it for the class. She ended up gifting it to me when she moved away, but for the class, she let me borrow it, and it had brushes and most of the materials needed for the class, which was awesome. Like, it saved me a lot of money. Lydia, I love you. Thank you. And so the only thing I really needed to buy was the canvases. I did buy a few tubs of paint, maybe one or two paintbrushes, but not an entire syllabus worth of supplies. And it was oil paint too, so oil paint was expensive, and for some reason I liked to buy the big canvases, and my teacher thought it was ambitious, but really it was because I wasn't good at detail yet, and so I was like, well, if I do my colors right, depending on how close they are to the painting, it'll look pretty realistic. So I tried. I love painting though, so I'm taking this watercolor. I'm using it to, keep that skill up. My teacher said I had a very painterly style, which meant that you could kind of see some of the brush strokes and everything. And so I took that to heart because some of the paintings that I liked to go really up close so I could see the strokes. And then when I stepped far away, I was like, oh, wow, that does look like a flower. But up close, it just looks like little, splotches. And so it was kind of cool. It was nice of her to say that. And yeah, I tried to do the same here. I know watercolor, it's not very defined and everything, but I wanted to see what I could do with it. This is my second watercolor painting since I've been quarantined. It's not that it's not relaxing or anything like that. I guess I feel like there's too much setup time even though I'm home all day. Call me lazy, I know, but I don't know. It's really relaxing every time I do it, so I might have to commit to one painting a week or something. So that brown blob is supposed to be a park bench. Because it was so dark compared to the rest of the painting, I tried to very gently ease the color in, which is why I zoomed in on that. You could see how there was paint, but it was mostly overcome by water, and so I tried to like ease it in there. I didn't really want um, the brown to leak and then, spill into the sky. So I was trying to like keep it contained in that little square. You see me define it a little bit, and yeah. And so now the rest of the video is just me trying to add texture. I didn't really want to touch the sky too much because I liked the paleness of the blue. And so I felt like if I added anything else, I'd mess it up. And I noticed too with watercolor that from what I watch, in a way it's like they set the painting up. Like they start lightly and then they add more and more color. It's like packing on eyeshadow. You slowly build it up. And so That's what I was trying to do, and I felt that if I went any darker on the sky, I'd have to make everything else darker too, and I liked the very faded look. So, yeah, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.